It all started when Rex Ryan took a shot at him, questioning whether he had the right mindset to be an NFL quarterback after the Browns announced Dylan Gabriel would be starting. When asked for his reaction, Shadur didn't fire back with words. He didn't defend himself. He didn't even flinch. Instead, he sat in silence for nearly 40 seconds during his press conference, miming and gesturing, refusing to give the media the soundbite they were so desperately waiting for. It was a bold move, a statement without words, and while it intrigued some, it infuriated others. Silence, as powerful as it can be, has a way of being twisted, and in this case it left the door wide open for interpretation. Nick Wright wasted no time in calling out Shedur's decision, warning that his silence would only hurt him. In Wright's eyes, this was self-sabotage. He argued that avoiding questions and sitting in silence wasn't some clever power play, it was a misstep that could turn the media and even fans against him. "He's digging himself deeper," Wright said bluntly, making it clear that Shadur was playing a dangerous game by choosing avoidance over explanation. For Wright, this wasn't just a rookie mistake, it was a potentially career-altering blunder, one that could snowball into a larger narrative about arrogance, immaturity, or worse, instability. Dan Orlovsky joined the chorus of criticism, but his approach cut deeper. He labeled the 40 seconds of silence immature, stressing that being an NFL quarterback isn't just about throwing passes or reading defenses, it's about living under constant scrutiny. Every word, every action, every moment is a job interview. Orlovsky reminded everyone that in the NFL, perception is reality, and perception is built in these small moments. "Does that 30 or 40 seconds help you in your own building?" he asked pointedly. His answer was no. For Orlovsky, Shadur wasn't just wasting time. He was wasting an opportunity to prove his poise, his professionalism, and his readiness for the spotlight. Stephen A. Smith, however, chose a more measured approach. He didn't jump in to tear Shadur down. Instead, he offered advice, a reminder of the stakes. Stephen A. pointed out that Shedur's position is unlike anyone else's because he isn't just a young quarterback, he's Deion Sanders' son. That name alone brings an entirely different level of attention, criticism, and pressure. Everything he does will be magnified tenfold. Stephen A. stressed that Shadur needs to understand this reality, not fight against it. The silence, he implied, wasn't necessarily destructive, but it wasn't productive either. He urged Shadur to grasp the unique microscope he's under and to play the game smarter, because whether he likes it or not, he's being judged in ways no other rookie is. Ryan Clark took a slightly different stance, offering empathy where others saw error. Clark acknowledged the pressure Shadur has been under, the non-stop criticism, and the expectations that seem almost unfair. To Clark, Shedur's silence wasn't immaturity. It was humanity. After enduring so much negativity, Clark suggested, it's natural for him to respond in ways that aren't polished or perfect. But Clark also warned that this human reaction could still carry consequences. He encouraged Shadur to take a step back, reflect, and recognize that every action feeds into a larger narrative. His advice was clear. Stay focused on what truly matters, don't get lost in the noise, and never let the critics dictate your next move. That advice feels even more relevant when you consider Shedur's recent statements. Not long ago, he boldly claimed that he believes he's better than some of the quarterbacks currently playing in the NFL. Confidence? Absolutely. But confidence, when spoken aloud, often gets mislabeled as arrogance. The backlash was immediate and brutal. Critics tore him apart for having the audacity to say it, as if self-belief were a crime. Yet, if you peel back the layers, what was so wrong about a young quarterback believing in his abilities? Isn't that the mindset that fuels greatness? But in today's media-driven world, those words were stripped of context, twisted into sound bites, and turned into ammunition for anyone looking to question his maturity. Cam Newton weighed in on the growing debate, and his words carried the weight of experience. Newton, once a rookie quarterback himself who was no stranger to controversy, made it clear that Shadur is in an unprecedented situation. He is, after all, the first fifth-round, third-string quarterback in NFL history to generate this level of fanfare, media attention, and support. That kind of spotlight is usually reserved for first-round picks, not rookies fighting for a roster spot. Newton argued that this level of hype, while flattering, has made Shadur a target. The more attention he gets, the harsher the criticism becomes. And while Newton defended Shedur's frustration, he acknowledged that handling this type of scrutiny will define his career. The silence, the bold statements, the backlash, it's all part of a storm that keeps circling around Shadur Sanders. He's in a position where every move feels high stakes, where nothing is insignificant, and where mistakes are amplified. His father's shadow, while supportive, also adds a unique layer of pressure. Everyone loves Deion Sanders. Everyone wants to see his son succeed. But with that love comes an expectation that Shadur must carry himself with the same charisma, the same poise, the same untouchable confidence as his father. And the truth is, that's a nearly impossible standard for anyone to live up to, let alone a 22-year-old rookie quarterback still trying to find his way. The media firestorm over his silence shows just how magnified every gesture has become. To some, it was a petty, immature stunt. To others, it was a defiant stand. To Shadur, maybe it was simply a way to avoid giving the media more ammunition. But perception isn't about intention. It's about how the world interprets it. And right now, the world is split. Some believe he's sabotaging himself. Others believe he's unfairly judged. Both sides agree on one thing: every move matters. The situation reveals the delicate balance Shadur has to navigate. His confidence is necessary. It's what fuels him on the field. But if expressed the wrong way, it's seen as arrogance. His silence was meant to protect him, but instead it sparked louder criticism. His fan support is overwhelming, but it also paints a bigger target on his back. In many ways, Shadur is caught between two worlds: the world of expectations set by his father's legacy and the world of relentless media scrutiny that defines modern sports. How he manages to walk that line will determine not just his career but his reputation. And let's not forget the context of all this. Shadur isn't even a starter. He's a fifth-round pick, a third-string quarterback, yet his every move is being covered like he's a franchise player. That level of attention is unprecedented and in many ways unfair. It's no wonder he's reacting in ways that seem unusual. Imagine trying to learn, grow, and adapt as a rookie, while knowing every comment, every pause, every silence is front-page news. That kind of pressure is crushing, and yet Shadur is still standing, still fighting, still believing in himself. So, what do you think? Is Shadur Sanders making the right moves and handling this storm, or is he setting himself up for more trouble? Should he be more outspoken, or should he stick to silence and let his game speak for him? Is the criticism he's facing fair, or is he being unfairly targeted because of the name he carries? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's get the conversation going. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because the Shadur Sanders story is only just beginning, and the next chapter promises to be even more dramatic than the last.